Hello everyone, Risty Toothpick here, back again with some more Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, the first cases, and today we shall talk to the servants here and try to figure out how far the connection goes between the Comtesse and these individuals.
Is there something you need, detective?
Tell me about your true relationship with the Comtesse.
She helped me at the shelter and with this job.
That I am already aware of. What I am not is what else she tasked you with.
Pardon, detective?
I know that your position as a servant in this house is not your only job. What did Countess de Vos ask you to do while in this house?
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it. If anyone found out, I would be the prime suspect.
Madame Van Bosch would have been aware of young Ing's past, and she was worried that they would accuse her. What was asked of her must be related to her past life as a thief.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Alrighty. So we're getting somewhere now. So she's following her orders. And since she was a thief in her last life, she more likely stole the copy of the key.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Never mind. I would have sworn it would have been these two. Maybe these? I don't know.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Oh, I guess that was the one. Ing has admitted that her work in the house is not wholly honest. She's assisting with thefts, and the key was gone.
What a revelation!
There we go. I thought it was irresponsible of Archibald to lose his key, but now a disappearance makes sense. Now we know.
Is there something you need, detective?
What was it that the Comtesse asked you to steal from the house?
Nothing. She said I was to take nothing.
If it was not something she wished you to take, what was it?
She wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
Why did she request that?
At first I didn't know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the Major, I knew she had used what I found.
Perhaps my suspicion of Monsieur Sterling's involvement with the Major's safe were incorrect, and his key was not lost but stolen. Tell me how you accessed the safe.
I knew Monsieur Archie had a key, and it would be easy to get it from him.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything was ever discovered missing, he would surely take the blame.
I never took anything. I only told the Comtesse what I had found.
And that was?
About Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship, and Angeline.
I'm sure the Countess was pleased to hear such valuable information.
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back and got the letters last night.
So it was young Ing, I don't really remember her name, that beat Madame Van den Bosch to the safe last night, but why would they be left in such a precarious fashion? When I returned to the study this morning, the letters remained out and the safe open.
I fetched the letters again and took them to the Comtesse last night, but she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study. I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark as I dared not turn the light on. Someone would have seen it.
Trying to slot a key into a lock in the dark is no easy feat. That would explain the scratches on the safe. If Madame Van den Bosch had only tried to retrieve the letters letter minutes earlier, she would have surely crossed paths with Ing.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Okay, another connection here. Oh, she knows of the hidden room. Okay, so let's see here. Let's make Ing store Archibald's key and access the safe.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I wonder how many secrets the house holds for Ing to find. She's trying to uncover secrets, and maybe she knows the hidden room.
What a revelation!
If there is somewhere in the house where a secret lies, it will surely be found in the hidden room. My suspicion of the Comtesse's connections with Ing was correct. She was using the young girl to find out anything and everything she could about the family, while the Comtesse need not even get her hands dirty. Alrighty. So we need to talk to the maid once more. Hold on, we got another thing here.
Is there something you need, detective?
What else have you relayed to the Comtesse?
That's all, I swear. I heard Monsieur Archie and Monsieur Felix talking about a storeroom, but I haven't found it.
Is the Countess aware of this room?
I told her it was somewhere in the house, but I didn't know where. She wasn't happy with me that I hadn't found it yet.
I believe if young Ing knew the location of the secret store, she would have been forthcoming with it. It may be naive on my part, but she has already incriminated herself and has nothing else to lose.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your honesty today has helped me greatly.
I suppose that I will lose my position at the house now.
That is not my decision to make. But when the whole truth is revealed, it will not be the pawns the law looks to convict. We shall be coming for the queen.
Alrighty. So we do have a connection here. Where is it? Maybe hidden in the room. The major possibly involved in blackmail. Margot has links to several staff members. These two, maybe?
I must act on thought and fact.
Huh. Just kind of look here. What could be the one? Staff know family's hiding something.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Got lucky on that one, not gonna lie. Such a calculating web of lies and secrets, what motive could possibly justify such devious actions? Finally, I have unmasked the blackmailer. Mademoiselle Angeline and the other recipients of such letters may no longer live in fear. Comtesse de Vos shall pay for her crimes. Perfect. So it's actually her. Figured out who the blackmailer is. Now we just need to figure out who killed the major. Alright, let's talk to Angeline here.
Mademoiselle, merci for coming.
Have you had a breakthrough, detective?
I have. Finally, I have the news you have awaited.
Please, detective, don't hold me in suspense.
I have finally uncovered the identity of the one holding the Bosch's name to ransom.
Oh my, I feel faint at the thought of knowing who could have done this to us.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is Countess de Vos, that is behind the letters.
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
Not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well? Detective, I just don't know what to say.
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a lot of information to take in.
I just don't understand why she would do such a cruel thing.
What do you know of young Ing's past?
She has never been particularly forthcoming with it, only that she was homeless for some time and that she was at the women's shelter before here.
And it is there that the Countess abused her power and manipulated her to uncover secrets of the family.
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work?
I am afraid so, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is in a state of shock to learn that such a close friend of the family has betrayed them in such a cruel way. It must be devastating.
Is Maman aware?
You are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait.
Oh, s'il te plaît, mademoiselle, we must go through the correct channels.
And we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But we cannot telephone anyone, as the lines are still down.
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must have caused more damage than expected.
Or maybe someone cut the lines.
Last night? They have been done all weekend, Detective.
Uh-oh, new lies have appeared.
Detective? Are you okay?
How could I have been such a fool? I saw Monsieur Sterling talk on the telephone, but I heard no ring.
Detective Poirot?
It was all a lie, a scene acted out for my benefit to throw me off the scent. If I believed that the Major was still alive at that time, I had no reason to investigate anyone's whereabouts beforehand, anyone being Monsieur Sterling and his staff.
Would you like me to fetch you a glass of water, Detective?
My apologies, mademoiselle. I was taken by surprise for a moment, but I have regained my composure. A glass of water is not required. Would you excuse me? Merci, mademoiselle.
That was a major twist. The family. My patience has grown thin. The guests and the staff of this house think it is acceptable to lie to my face when questioned and obstruct my investigation, but no more. We shall see how Monsieur Sterling and his staff fare under some pressure. So we're finally gonna dig deeper into the head butler and Rihanna. I have been lied to for the last time. My suspicions initially led me to the guest, but now they are firmly placed on the staff. Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna cannot hide behind their lies any longer. There they are. Alright, so let us first check out the people here. So what I'm thinking is that the Major somehow had something to do with Luck's death. And because of the connection between the servants and Luck, they wanted revenge. And maybe all of the staff members are involved, possibly. Of course, we shall see. Alright, let's get out of here and see what we can find. It looks like Elizabeth is on her way to see me, but at such a late hour. Man, look at her eyes, though.
Mademoiselle, what a pleasure to see you.
Detective,
It is a rather late hour to be wandering the halls.
Oh, yes, of course. I do not feel myself, Detective.
If that is the case, you should be resting. Allow me to help.
No, that's quite all right. I will see to my duties and return to bed.
Lizzie, excuse me, Elizabeth. Lady Van den Bosch has been waiting for some time now.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Detective Poirot was just...
I'll see to the detective. You just head on up. Off you go.
Good night, Detective.
Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth is certainly not herself. I thought the death of the Major had brought up uncomfortable memories of her beloved Luck, but it may be something else.
I'm sorry about her, Detective. As you can see, she is still not back to her usual bubbly self.
This weekend seems to have taken quite a toll on her.
She'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Now, what can I help you with?
As if by magic you appeared when needed. I would like to speak with you and the remaining staff. If you could gather them in the staff pantry.
At this hour, Detective? Is that really necessary?
I shall be the one that determines what is and what is not necessary, and this is very much the former.
As you wish, Detective. I'll see if Inge has finished preparing for breakfast.
And Mademoiselle Rihanna?
Yes, of course. I'll fetch her from the kitchen. Elizabeth may be some time with the lady of the house. Perhaps you'd like to start with us?
Very well. I shall speak with Mademoiselle Elizabeth when her duties are complete.
While I am gathering the staff, Mr. Beckers is in the library. If you wish to join him, I could bring you both a nightcap.
I wish to keep a clear head, but there is something I wish to discuss with Monsieur Beckers.
This is my opportunity to confront Monsieur Beckers about his dealings, or lack thereof, with Monsieur de Silva without being disturbed. So let us go off to the library. Of course, first off, let me get rid of all of that. And we'll just go straight to the library, and then we'll have to work our way back downstairs to the staff pantry. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Monsieur Beckers, it is rather late. The other guests have already retired to their rooms.
I didn't even see the time. It's easy to lose oneself in a library this impressive.
That is something we can agree on, monsieur.
I suppose I should be heading?
A moment, monsieur. There are some matters that we must discuss.
Oh, what is it, Detective?
Alrighty. I did not realize your relationship with Mademoiselle Conrad was so business-oriented.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Her proposal to make you somewhat of a star, a figurehead for the working man, what would you call that?
There was certainly no talk of making me a star. That is not the type of man I am. She wanted to write a piece on my work with the union, and I was happy to oblige.
Monsieur Beckers has always appeared to have the worker intentions at the forefront of his decisions, but perhaps the thought of being remembered for something great was too much for him to pass up. I was wondering, did your speech go the way you expected?
My speech? I'm not sure what speech.
You may save your false ramblings for your next audience. I am aware you spoke with the Major yesterday.
Whoever told you that has it wrong, Detective.
Please, monsieur. The truth.
Okay, fine. Yes, the Major and I spoke, but it was not for long.
What was the manner of your conversation? From what I understand, it was not a light-hearted chat.
I was trying to convince him to speak with Ernesto. It's time we brought the strikes to an end.
And that was best approached by a shouting match?
He wouldn't listen to a word I said. I spent so long preparing how I was going to convince him, but men like him are only swayed by one thing: money.
Monsieur Beckers is not wrong. Had he tried to grease the Major's palm, perhaps he would have been more successful.
It is said that money is the root of all evil, but it can also be a rather powerful bargaining chip.
Well, he was bargaining with people's lives. If he had acted sooner, none of those men, my men, would have to die.
The major oversaw security at the factories. Could he have done more to stop the strikes turning violent? I understand Monsieur de Silva had prepared a deal.
A deal? It was an insult.
And that is why you did not sign it?
I didn't sign it because the workers deserve so much more, not his pathetic attempts to get them back to work.
Did you think there was a chance for a better deal to be made?
I know there was. He's a pompous swine that cares for only himself and filling his pockets.
I'm sure I've heard that description of Monsieur de Silva before, or at least something similar. Push on Jacqueline's influence over Hugo.
Mademoiselle Conrad can be quite convincing, can she not?
She has certainly taken several wealthy business partners by surprise with her knowledge and prowess. She knows how to use her womanly powers to get what she wants.
But she did not surprise or use you.
Me? Used me? Don't be ridiculous, detective. There were no games played at my expense.
Monsieur Beckers has quite a way with words and is a fan of his own voice. Perhaps I should allow him the opportunity to speak and open up without too much interruption and forcefulness. Even though she was able to deal you not to sign a deal or convince you not to sign a deal, I'm sure many have been persuaded by her feminine prowess. Curious or suggestive? Let's go with suggestive.
Perhaps some, but I'm not so easily manipulated or simple-minded.
You claim that you refused Monsieur de Silva's deal as it was not adequate for your men?
And I stand by that. It was an insult.
A rather bold move to make such a decision on your own.
Okay, and we don't really want to accuse him. Your job is to support the workers, but nothing you have done has got them any closer to the results you promised. And let's let him talk. Let's do the accusing one. Are you prepared to take responsibility for your actions or lack thereof?
Everything that has happened is my doing.
You yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of? The acclaimed man of the people you would be known as if you pushed the factory owners for more?
It wasn't like that at all.
From where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process. You were merely her pawn.
I think you have let your imagination run away with you, detective. She merely offered some advice.
Oh, I did too bad.
What kind of union leader and fighter for equality and fairness would I be if I just did what someone told me to do?
Alright, so let's try this once again.
Mademoiselle Conrad can...
She has certainly...
But she did not...
Me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through these quickly because we've already done the first part. Do with the curious one.
No.
And then we will do with the antagonistic you were used.
Excuse me?
You had the opportunity to end the strikes before the tension escalated, let alone blood being spilt. But you chose not to.
How dare you! Everything I have done has been for those men. I fight for their rights and their fair treatment.
Then we'll do with the honest one. Your job is to support the workers, but nothing you have done has got them any closer to the results you promised.
I may not be perfect, but I have done everything I can.
Your efforts fell short in every respect. You claim to be the voice of the people, but you care about no one's voice or benefits but your own.
It's not as easy as just signing a piece of paper, detective. It is a heavy weight to bear on one's shoulders. I consulted with others.
You yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of? The acclaimed man of the people you would be known as if you pushed the factory owners for more?
It wasn't like that at all.
From where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process. You were merely her pawn.
I think you have let your imagination run away with you, Detective. She merely offered some advice.
Damn.
What kind of...
Okay, but we should know what it is now.
Mademoiselle, but she did...
Me?
Okay. So we want to go with curious,
No.
direct,
And I stand by that.
rather
and then honest.
I may not be...
Your efforts
It's not as easy as just sign...
You yourself spoke.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then,
It wasn't like that at all.
from where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process. You were merely her pawn.
Okay, yes, I know. I shouldn't have listened to her. But what else could I do? Remain an unknown my whole life? I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
It may not have been your intention, but we both know the result. You rolled the dice with those men's lives for fame, and you lost.
Pardon my intrusion, but you are from a large family.
What does that have to do with anything?
I have often wondered about the competition siblings face in a large family.
When you're young, it is the best feeling to know you have family that will stand by you, without even being asked. It is not until everyone starts carving their own path that you realize you're walking yours solo, and those that were beside you are now miles away. My older brothers were the athletes of the family. They both played soccer, and were the infatuation of every teenage girl. I'm sure you have seen the type.
Oui, monsieur, but I can assure you that was not I.
Then there was me. Quiet, timid, a shadow of the Becker brothers. My voice and very presence was forgotten and ignored. Nothing I could say or do would ever reach the bar they had set. But I always knew I was destined for great things. Years passed, and now that I no longer stood in the colossal ombre of my brothers, I could become my own man. When the position of union leader was posted, it was my chance to finally be heard. You hear politicians speak of the little or the common man? Well, that was me. And I knew what we wanted and what we needed. When I spoke, others listened. I held their gaze with a sense of pride, a sense that what I was doing was for the greater good. It was supposed to be my crowning achievement, lead the men to victory over the money-grabbing oppressors. But instead, all I did was lead them to their deaths.
Monsieur, it was not at your hands that these men died. The blame cannot lie solely on your shoulders. Those responsible will be punished for their crimes. That you must trust.
Monsieur Becker's story is one of fighting to have one's voice heard, be it a single or one of the masses. I'm afraid he may be remembered for what he did, but not in the way he so hoped. Alrighty, no connections there with the whole Hugo conversation. But now we can go downstairs and talk to the staff members. While speaking with Monsieur Beckers was not the reason for me being up at this hour, he was able to fill in some of the blanks regarding the Major, but not in getting any closer to discovering his killer. Perhaps the staff living quarters will. Okay, and then we need to inspect the staff quarters. I wonder, is the staff quarters possibly over here? No, it's downstairs. That's right. This is a part of the mansion we have not explored yet. Okay, there's no one down here at this hour. Everyone should be going into the pantry. Okay. So now we need to investigate and find out what's going on. A decent supply of logs. I just hope the staff also get to make use of them with this weather. Hell no, they gotta sleep in the cold. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing way over here.
Oh.
They are a few days old and do not hold a candle as to what has transpired here this weekend. I'm glad I'm a guest of the house. I'm not sure how well I would sleep in such a contraption. There's nothing of interest.
Ah.
A war medal that I assume must belong to the major. Oh, why is a medal of his doing here? Okay, nothing else.
Oh.
A rather luxurious jacket. The initials read FH, Felix Hagen. Are these scruffy boots his as well? Why would they be left here though? The items I have found are most intriguing and require an explanation that I believe only the staff can give. I shall meet them in the pantry.
Detective, what can we do for you?
You can help me by telling the truth, and in the process, help yourselves.
Sorry, Detective. It's a bit late in the night for riddles.
It is no riddle, monsieur. If I do not receive the truth, you shall all be charged as accessories to murder.
Detective, I think maybe you have been locked in this house for too long. We have already...
You have told me a version, and now I require honesty.
Okay, now it looks like we need to interrogate all of these staff members here. And there's 2 connections here that we must connect. Okay. Maybe these connect?
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
These 2. Hugo saw the major outside. But this was sometime after I spoke to him. But maybe it wasn't the major. Maybe it was one of the staff.
Magnifique.
The major would not have left such a fine coat in the staff area. Someone must have worn it. More importantly, however, who wore the major's clothes? Now, these do not strike me as a pair of boots worn by the major. There have been some hard miles walked in these, so who do these belong to?
Come, my little grey cells.
Okay, we're missing just one. Staff may be involved in the murder. Maybe these 2?
Is there something I am...
Okay. Let's try these 2 instead.
Order and method. That...
Nope. Oh, these 2. Okay, Archipald staged the phone call. Rihanna claims she took ice to the major.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
The theory that the major has been killed during dinner was nothing but a ruse. Why are the staff covering for the real time of death? Alrighty, so now we figured out all of this. We just need to talk to them. But we're going to stop there today. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. In the next one, we will discover what really happened in the major's death.